Hi there, Nick Dutch here one more time. This guy's demanding that I respond to his inquiries about astral projection. So here it says, so what I usually get at night is that I've probably fallen asleep because out of nowhere it feels like my body is pulled in a spinning fashion, rotating but nothing more, except this one time where I heard some loud, high-pitched noise pressurizing my ear, which followed up by me dreaming, walking around in my room, and my room was very light and I was sort of floating like I were half my actual height, and there were some objects in my room which do not exist but outside of my own room. It was dark. Okay, well, in that one particular passage, you've covered a few things which are typically believed to be parts of an astral projection or out of body experience. Firstly, you've got the spinning motion because spinning itself can create that feeling of like disunity with the body, and it's just part of disassociating yourself with the physical. So that would make some sense if that was an early stage of exteriorization. Either you get a vertigo type sensation or spinning or some other kind of like moving, almost as if you're lying on an airbed on the ocean and the waves are going up and down and you're being slowly, that's that sort of thing. So yes, you've had at least one typical classic astral projection experience there. Rotating is a big thing. So yes, you're having classic traditional astral projection type experiences there. And then you mentioned a loud, high-pitched noise pressurizing your ear. Now, sometimes the experience of the astral leaving the physical is described as sounding like escaping steam. And I've had similar experiences like that, including when I tried to walk through a wall one time when I was actually astrally projected, which suggests something, I suppose, about the way in which the energy or ectoplasm or whatever it is could possibly operate, but obviously we can't say too much about that. All we say is that we've got the experience of this like pressurized or whistling or steam-like sound. And also walking around your room and also floating around your room at different heights. Like it seems like you're suggesting you're going around like at knee height or something similar. That's also a classic astral cable or astral body type projection experience. So essentially that actually does look like a real astral projection. So what I said to that particular comment initially was that actually sounds like a classic AP dream. So you're part of the way there, a semi-conscious projection, so it seems. So then this person then replied to me saying, thanks for your answer. I actually got the spinning feeling paralyzed and a sensation between my eyes thing, like 4 to 5 nights in a row. Okay, well, paralysis is part of what needs to happen to the physical body so that the body which is aware of movement, namely the spirit body, can actually leave. So paralysis is a good thing when you're talking about astral projection. A sensation between your eyes kind of thing. Some people say that large areas of nervous activity, such as the brain and the solar plexus, are places where the cable can come out of. So you've also got another classic astral projection type symptom there. So yes, I'll give you yet another plus point for moving in the right direction there. Okay. He then says, I've even cut back on everything I consumed before, which I know contains flour. Alright, so you've been looking after your diet. That's a good thing. And taking out things which might cause nightmares and stuff, that's okay. Then this person says, and oh yeah, the reason why I do think I've failed most of the times is because I feel like some scaredy type of feeling due to being paralyzed, but being able to see my whole room when it's dark, including the people-shaped shadows and hearing voices and whisperings. Okay, well, let's try and divide that into two separate sections, shall we? Feeling scared type feeling. That can happen when you're suddenly aware that you're leaving your body or appear to be leaving your body, and it's scary. Okay, it feels scary. It feels like vertigo. It's unpleasant. It can be a difficult feeling if you're totally aware of it sometimes. So I'd say that's actually another positive because you're still moving in the right direction, but you're not quite getting there in that particular example. Now, as far as seeing people-shaped shadows and hearing voices, I've had similar experiences to that as well, but I don't think that I need to worry about that because I just don't think that is something to worry about. I've heard things, I've seen things or things which seem to be there, but there was always, again, too many questions for me to be able to turn around and say, that was a spirit, I'm haunted. Because I think that would be basically a load of bollocks, to be quite honest. I think that we need to just ignore these things. I mean, I think it was in the Tibetan Book of the Dead, there was mention of all kinds of phantasmical experiences which can happen during some stages of what appears to be astral projection. And it's suggested you just try and ignore those and focus on the action. So that's something else to think about. Maybe these things aren't necessarily as real as they seem to be, but your mind's putting them there because you're in a state of fear because of the weird experience you're having about the astral projection itself. So you're still moving in the right direction. It still requires more playing about with and more practice. And a lot of these experiences and sensations that we talk about when dealing with occultism are very difficult to put into words, quite frankly. So you've got some natural skill there. Just use it, play around with it more, and see what you can do. More visualization exercises, more willing to try and get out of yourself. More rehearsing in your mind's eye where you want to project to or to suddenly receive consciousness at will probably help you an awful lot. Okay, now I gotta go. Work calls.